Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go.
Really, what is your definition of health?
Yeah, that's really complicated, right? I think I want to talk about that question, but I want to start by saying that, no one has to be healthy. No, right? Like, I mean, it's like, no, like there is no governing body that's like out there putting, you know what I mean? It's like no one owes anybody that.
Well, there is a governing body. It's called gravity.
Either the traditional sense of the word or any other more innovative or, more politicized, maybe even version of that word. So I think it's important to say like, and I want to back up and bring in intersectionality and say like, right, like look at the disabled community, right? Like I think people with disabilities have, and activists within that space have consistently been saying like, I'm never going to be your notion of healthy. That doesn't mean I don't get to be a full human. You get to treat me some kind of way, right? And so I think that I love taking that principle within disability rights to fat activism and to understandings of fatness. So I want to start there, right? Like no matter what size you are, you don't owe anybody else your health. But I mean, for me, right, like in an ideal world, there wouldn't be health-based gatekeeping at all.
We've really got to come back to Jesus on this whole fat acceptance thing and fat identity. Being fat is not an identity. It's not a way of life. It's just the fact that you eat too much food and you don't exercise enough. Just eat healthy and do exercise. The person with a naturally low caloric budget who eats trash food and spends most of his time on the internet. Well, like, doesn't that prove it though, right? So like, if I can do it, then why can't they do it? What percentage of fat people you think are fat because of hormone imbalance? I mean, there are exceptions. There's a reason it's called an exception. It's because it's not the average. Indeed, hormone imbalance is not the majority. Okay, so then we all know that it's a bunch of people that can't stop eating fucking food. And they've tried to convince themselves that it's Wendy's fault that they can't stop eating Baconators. I don't think we need to fat shame people or whatever, but at the same time, it needs to be acknowledged that being fat is not good. That's it.
Wait a moment. Fat positivity expert hired by San Francisco Department of Health to consult on weight stigma. What the fuck?